So, as an opening, I just want to pick up when I left in my first plenary lecture that day. I was asked to repeat a couple of slides because people that were not there came late. They wanted those slides, but there are only 2 or 3 that will be repeated. It's completely new. It's humor. It's light. No serious. There are serious ideas, but given in a different way, through humoristic point of view. So, as I mentioned, I left it here, scientists in the forefront of ecology and sustainability. You remember that I mentioned, although through the entire speech, I mentioned the scientists and engineers are the main one, the most important one in terms of sustainability, but actually, who are they known in the society? And that's why we have a big issue. Actually, they are not known. We respect each other, but we are in a bubble. If we go outside the bubble, the society doesn't care a lot about us. So who are the real stars of the society? As I mentioned, this is a repeat of my last slides there. So there are movie stars, Hollywood stars, journalists, any kind of non-exact science. They are the star of society. They influence politics. They influence any field of life. So these are the stars, and this is sustainable. I mentioned this is not sustainable at all. Why? Because, as I mentioned, in a recent poll in Italy, the teenagers were asked what they want to become in the future. And the reply was this: 95% movie and TV stars. And reality is that you see that number of politicians around the world that come from a scientific background or an engineering background is very low. You see here, in China, I agree with Vito, chairman, that is only the government in China is an exception. But the government, though, as a representative of society, the parliament is not the same. They have different. So here I'm speaking with for the number of representatives, the deputies. So, and the number of scientists and engineers who dare to go against the political class are only a few. Who have the courage to confront them? Only a few. Professor Shetman was one of those. He didn't win. John Meach, one of those that had the courage, he didn't win. The same scientists, they are not so lucky, or they didn't want to handle properly the ways to do. There are not only them, but it is the ex-director of the Aerospace Institute in Canada. He put himself for the leader of Liberal Party. He told me that I'll try to change the reality. He couldn't. And he left by saying it's almost impossible mathematically, or I have almost zero probability to win against the front runner. And he didn't win. So, what's the perception of the society? Anybody can guess what it is this? It was sold about $32,000. Any guess what it is? It's John Lennon tooth. It's a gruesome, yellowy brownie with a cavity tooth. This is a stipend, like a student stipend in North America. Anybody can guess what it is? It's a box, but it contains something inside. $40,000. It's a rare object scientists found in the moon. Actually, it is Justin Bieber hair. It was donated to Ellen DeGeneres to auction it off for charity, for an animal rescue organization. What about this? $12,000, just, actually now it is about a month ago. Anybody can guess? A rare diamond or fossil or what it is. Is Lady Gaga false nail? So, what's this? We know it's an X-ray. But why it was sold for $45,000 in 2010 in Las Vegas? Why? Because probably it's an X-ray on the extraterrestrial. George would have been here too. No, it's not that. It's Marilyn Monroe's X-ray. So, from 1954, it was taken around the time she was believed to be pregnant, and rumor has it that she had a miscarriage. This was the press. Made it sold for $40,000, $45,000. And what's this? It's a teacup. The issue is why it was sold $75,000 in May 2012 in Tokyo. It's just a teacup. It's probably because a real crystal or quasi-crystal or something we cannot find. It's because it was Lady Gaga autographed teacup. Just an autograph makes a difference. That's the teacup. It took 1,300 bids, a week-long auction, to reach 6 million Japanese yens, according to Yahoo Japan. 1 week to determine this price. Okay? As a shoe, the issue is why it was sold for about $1,500. Because it is Justin Bieber right shoe. We don't need 2 shoes if we are Justin Bieber. We need just 1. And it cost this one. It was autographed and donated to help and raise money for his former high school project. And what is this? You can guess. It's a man. It was sold, it's currently sold for almost $500,000. It's a urinal. It's a rare earth or white gold man urinal. Oh, seriously. It is Lady Gaga autograph urinal. You search in the internet, $500,000. If you have $500,000, just buy it. It is already there. It's not sold yet. And what did she write there? He write, I'm not with you, and then he signed, he donated to a fashion show and so on. You read it there, I'm not reading it. That's what she wrote in the urinal. So that's the one, the original. So, and this is a kind of exaggeration. So I respect artists, I respect everybody. But I mean, we have to be in the same scale, the scientists, engineers with the artists, you know. This was sold for $23 million in New York. That's the name of the painting from a Russian painter. It's a famous one, it's fine. But I mean, $23 million. So, what about the media? Media has a big role plays. American Idol, Canadian Idol, etc. There are in many countries. Even in Mexico should be the same thing. The issue is when I say idol, in what field? The normal question is in what field? Well, there is no perception. We say it's just singing. We even do not discuss any other field, no science, engineering, just a singing competition. So an idol should be a singer. It cannot be another profession to be an idol in a society. Larry King, the famous talk show of CNN, 25 years in CNN. He basically interviewed anyone. Boxers, actors, actresses, talk show singers, stylists, etc., etc. Never a scientist, engineer, just with one exception, just by chance. Even a Nobel Prize winner, never. So, the successor, CNN, Piers Morgan, he's not there anymore, but anyway, he worked there as his successor for about 2 years and a half, 3 years. He followed in the same steps. No engineers, but only celebrities, actors, actresses, talk shows. They were asked for everything, for environment, for industry, how to fix the carbon footprint, how to fix the global warming. They speak better than us. And he interviewed anything, anybody, but no engineer, technology scientist. You have tigers there in his studio. You have all sorts of animals. in the studio. And snakes. Celebrity apprentice. I mean, he is not an actor, he's an economist, and he's a successful businessman, nothing wrong against him. I know him, he's my friend. But the issue is, what has been the people he worked with? Only actors, talk shows, boxers, etc., etc. These are the celebrities, but no engineers, scientists, and like they cannot be celebrities or people that are worth saying their opinion about politics, president, etc. About 3 years ago in Chile, about 40 miners, 40 or something, 33, were trapped into the ground. And then after 2 months, they were rescued. The president of Chile is not anymore, he's a new one now. He was ex-journalist, owner of a TV station and so on, used the occasion, stayed 24 hours there, big publicity, that's fine. But the issue is how the media, and he covered it, he called it miracle, divine, everything. Why they escaped? Because everything was divine, it was the Spirit of God and so on. But actually, what saved them was the new technology that made possible drilling into the hard rocks. Nobody mentioned that. So it was mentioned only as a miracle. And then CNN heroes, everyday people changing the world. What they are, nothing wrong with them. I respect everybody, nothing wrong with them. The issue is we are not the same level. 23 community crusaders, 2 championship children's, community crusader, medical marvelers, protecting the powerless, but no scientists, engineers, technology, like they are not changing the world. That's the, the way of... Let's do a comparison. A reactor, people that work on the extractive side of the material sciences will understand better this. So, this is a frying pan. And this is a blast furnace. It could be any blast furnace in the extractive world. That's the process of cooking. That's the process of cooking in a real furnace, in a blast furnace, in any of the high temperature processing field. This is the person that cooks, and this is the person that cooks the metal. We are fine here until this point. The problem here, we have celebrity chefs and no celebrity engineer, none. Who is more difficult to control? Cooking or blast furnace? So, the easy way to celebrity. I think you might guess who she is. Pippa Middleton. I'm not going to details, probably the Cambridge gangs can understand this. How it went, what was the... So, changing the world. Who invented the cell phone? Anybody knows? Just without tapping the Google, anybody knows who invented it? Who invented the internet? Not Al Gore though, but who invented it real? Anybody knows? Well, only one. Anybody else? No. Who invented the touch screen? We cannot live without that. Is this changing the real world? That's it. But there is no enough recognition. So like we are not so important, everything we develop, it's taken for granted. So no acknowledgement. And if I show you a video, you'll see how a scientist is treated. It's humor, but still is significant.
I'm John, here to tell you about the latest.
Look at the face of the scientist.
The iPad. iPad makes it easy for you to write notes, manage your schedule, create artwork, music, make movies, play games, even 3D games, and send mail from wherever you are. And if you make a mistake, don't worry. Just put it in the trash and start again. Thanks for listening.
And another one, just a short one.
Hi, I'm John.
and I'm here to tell you about the latest revolution in domestic technology, the iToilet. You use iToilet just like you would use a regular toilet. With a standard iToilet account, you can have up to 1,200 poos, or 8,000 wee-wees. When you've done your business, it's converted into a file, which is then emailed to us here at iToilet HQ. We've made cleanup fully intuitive, so there's no need to carry toilet paper. You just download what you need when you need it, right from the iToilet store. Press print, and you're good to go.
On the bright side,
Thanks for
here we
listening.
have bonos coming out of the toilet. So, then, I mean, as you saw, the future is created by scientists and engineers. Without them, the world cannot function. So, actually, they are the real silent stars of the society, people like you here, all of you here. So that's the purpose of our organization, to reach this recognition in the level of the society. So, as I mentioned, it's a non-profit organization. Its role is to open the scientists, engineers in the society and have proper recognition and honor them all the time in the level of the society. And it's open to anyone to get involved. Now, here we have many participants and supporters, from prime ministers, ministers, CEOs, astronauts, etc. And everybody is free to get involved. We have a strong participation, but still it's not enough. There are some couple of achievements we have reached, but there are a few. If we don't work together, we cannot really reach anything. That friend of mine is Jeffrey Sachs, special advisor. I'm repeating this from my previous presentation. He is special secretary of Ban Ki-moon, special advisor. Sorry, not secretary, special advisor. So in 2011, we disagreed. We had a debate. He was against the technology as a real force going ahead in terms of solving sustainability issues. He was ready to close any of those companies that are not able to reduce the carbon footprint. I disagree. We agreed to disagree. But then, in 1 year later, he changed his mind. In the same venue, we were together, and he changed his mind completely. So there's another achievement is that before Frey International Symposium, I sent a letter to the Queen, challenging her to honor scientists and engineers the same way she has honored all life, TV stars, movie stars, all people besides scientists and engineers. The letter is in our website. You can go and see it. I got a reply. I cannot put public the reply because it's private and confidential. But the letter was sent in May. In September, it was registered as a charity, Queen Elizabeth Prize for Engineering, about $2 billion, competing with Nobel Prize. And it was 2 weeks before Frey International Symposium. It was announced by Prime Minister of UK, Cameron, in a speech with all other parties in opposition. But what was interesting there, you have a link in our website. He's speaking, in his speech, there are parts that look very similar, almost the same thing with the words I used in the letter to the Queen. These are, everything is in the website, but these are small achievements. Now, some achievements in the ground. Anybody can guess in which resort this is taken? It's not here, but it's a resort. Actually, and this one, it's a new. Anybody can guess what it is, in what resort, in what part of the world. The same. I have also a video. I'm not putting the voice here because it's my voice there. Anybody can guess where is this resort? I have a longer video, but I'm not taking time on this. Just to create you an idea. Actually, it is a mining and mineral processing complex. It's not a resort. It's a mining and mineral processing complex, a real one, working every day. In what fashion show this is taken? These are kind of achievements. Well, I mean, in the funny side. But in which fashion show this is taken? Close enough. Why I'm showing this? Because these are mining engineers. This is a conference in Brazil. Mining and the mineral extraction. It's not a Photoshop. I'll show you why. And there is a joke in Brazil 20 years ago. Brazilians know this. In a humor way, people were asking girls, you want to be beautiful or you want to be an engineer? Beautiful or engineer? And essentially, we have different reality today. That's the Brazilian joke. And if you see, it was not a Photoshop. I am there in the middle. It's not a Photoshop. It's reality. They are mining and mineral processing engineers. I had a plenary lecture in that conference. So, this presentation is part of highlights of my book in the press, Silent Stars. I guess Silent Stars are all of you here. And I'll send a copy to you all when it will be published. The issue is that who creates the future and who saves the world, in contrast what I presented you this morning. And then this is the last video to close. And it's a student video, it's not professional. It's a student. So it's a student video, it's not a professional one. That's why we're owning scientist engineering all the time. Starting from 2013, we had the Yazaba International Symposium dedicated to Japanese professors, 300 papers, 37 countries, 3,000 pages of proceedings. In 2006, in San Diego, California, dedicated to a Korean-born American professor, 400 papers, 83 countries, about 5 pages of proceedings. Here, in 2011, we had the conference dedicated to Frey. He is here, about 400 papers, 84 countries, 5,000 pages of proceeding. And now, the king of the evening here and this conference is Professor Shetman, that will be taking his word now with a very entertaining speech about scientific blunders. Please, Professor Shetman. Thank you.